Okay, welcome back to another episode of just a good old talk about the Seint brushes, where I'm going to break it down for you how I use them, and I will describe them verbally. So if you have low vision or you are blind, you can follow along. Okay, so this is the episode 2. My top 4 brushes was posted a while back. So like I said, this is episode 2. Thanks for being here. Okay. So I'm going to start with, I think, my favorite brush when it comes to getting just a really light overall coverage. This is called this is called the Shape brush. So on one end, we have a really nice fluffy end. Now I wouldn't say it's like super loose, but it's not super dense either. It also has this beautiful domed end, a lot like our blush and bronzer brush. So it's just going to pick up not as much product, and because it's loose, as we apply it all over our face, it's just going to give that really nice light coverage airbrushed look. And I mean, honestly, the size of it, oh, I got a hair. The size of it, I even like for bronzer. Okay, so like this probably would have been in my top 4 brushes if I had had it at the time. Okay, but this is one of my favorite. And then on the other end, we have an end similar, I don't know if you guys can see that. We have an end similar to what we had on the detail brush, except it's a lot bigger. Actually, I'd say it looks like a giant Q-tip. So this one's a little more loose, but again, it is great for all that detail work in and around the eyes, for doing your brightening highlight. I mean, you could even do a very loose eyeshadow look with it. I really love this brush. I'd say this goes in the top. Okay, so that's the Shape brush. And I would say the size of the big fluffy end is probably a good size cotton ball, like open and nice and fluffy. I would say that's what it is like. Okay, all right, so next we have the blend brush. So this has quite the domed end. Like, I guess if that other one looked like a giant Q-tip, this is even more giant Q-tip. It's nice and loose. Okay, it's not dense, but again, it's gonna give you, it could do the whole concept of the overall coverage. But now that I have the Shape brush, I do like that one better for that. I really love this one for lip and cheek shades, for illuminators, all that more detailed work. Like, honestly, even going under the eye, it works fine for that too. And then the small end, it's really similar to the top end. It's just a nice dome. The difference between this one and the Shape brush is actually quite a bit. You can see that, hey? The Shape brush is bigger, the blend is smaller. The Shape brush is more loose and fluffy. The blend end is dense. So this is the small end. Do not forget that they're always dual ended, okay? I actually use this one for color correcting under my eyes. I used to use a really tiny brush, but with my low vision, I just didn't love it. I mean, you could even do spots, like if you wanted to do age spots. Again, this is a really great brush. I use it every day. And yeah, yes, and yes. That's what I have to say about that. All right, next brush. Okay, so this is called the Smudge brush. So it has a domed end, and I'm gonna feel just to make sure it's the right end. So it has a nice little domed end. This is a small brush. And then this end is, oh gosh, sorry guys, just a minute here. Oh yeah, I'm right. Okay, and this side is also kind of domed, but it's also kind of oval. So this actually used to be the original eyeshadow brush. And so it actually does still work really great for that, especially for just like getting it just where you want it, that outer corner work. I really like this small domed end for doing outer corner, like especially with a darker shade. And I will just tap it on. It covers more space, so it does make it easier for me. And it's like, if you're gonna compare it to the eyeshadow brush, this is a lot more dense, okay? So both ends are dense. Also, it works great for this, well, both ends really, but this domed end works great for lip lining. If you use, like sometimes I use my contour, It works really nice. Just dip it in there, line your lips. It also works really great for contouring your nose, contouring under your lip. Some of that more detailed work, okay? So that's the smudge brush. Then I'm going to move into the bright brush. This is one of the Demi collection. So it has quite a small end, not teeny tiny, but a good small end where you can really get into, like I get like blue veins in the inner corner of my eye. So like this works great, okay? Like you could even do a beautiful nose contour with the end of this brush. You could do a beautiful lip line with the end of this brush, okay? The small end. And then on the bigger end, again, it's domed. It's definitely more loose, not super dense. And this is just because it's a Demi brush, it's technically was created for like color correcting. So this is gonna do a great job of just blending in any color correcting that you do if you spot treat and then you just want to blend it out. But again, do not be afraid to use this end for detailed work, which could be like your brightening highlight. Honestly, you could probably even do eyeshadow with this brush, okay? So that is the bright brush. And the last brush I'm going to show you this time around is the multitasker brush, okay? So this guy has almost like, it almost looks like a lip brush. Sorry, this one's a little bit dirty. So my brushes are a little bit dirty. We can talk brush cleaner after. And this is great for adding your lip and cheek shade. Again, you could also use this for lining your lips. You could use this with eyeshadow for lip liner. We have a cream eyeliner that you can use it for. And then it's got this really teeny tiny tip, which will also work great for lip lining, the eyeliner. I honestly originally got this brush for filling in my eyebrows with eyeshadow or contour. So it worked great for that until I had powder brows done. So now I don't touch them. Yeah, best thing I ever did. Anyways, so that's the multitasker brush. It's also great, like sometimes, depending how you want to apply your makeup, sometimes I will just dip this fat, flat end. So it's almost like a pinky nail, guys. A fat, pinky, flat pinky nail. Oh my gosh. So I'll just put that right into my contour and apply it to my face, right into my highlight and slap it on my face. And it works really good for just placement and then blending it in. So again, just little tips and tricks with these brushes. And I'm gonna grab my brush cleaner. Since we're talking about brushes, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is Seint's dry brush cleaner. This is actually a really big bottle. It's pretty much done, but this has lasted me a very long time. So dry brush cleaner means you can clean your brush with it. It sanitizes it, it oils it to keep your brushes in good condition, cleans it, and then you literally can use it, give it 30 seconds and use it 30 seconds after. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a super quick demo. As you can see, my shape brush needs to be cleaned. So this dry brush cleaner, I'm just going to find this spray. I'm gonna give it a couple of sprays onto the paper towel and then literally just swirl it on there. It also smells really good, which is a nice bonus, right? Okay, so there wasn't a ton on there. We are gonna get this brush clean and you can use it right away. So it's not like a super deep clean. We do have a deep cleaning brush cleaner, which works amazing. I do it about once a month, but this thing is amazing. Okay. There we go. That is looking nice and clean. Seint brush cleaner. Even if you don't use our brushes, you might want to grab this because it is fabulous. All right, so that is my second round of brush description. Let me know if you need to know more or if you have more questions, and stay tuned for the next brush video, as we do have quite a few, but I do not have them all. But I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching, and have a great day.